You've got to find what you love. And that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle.
Hey guard, guess what? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to do your dot book or how to read them. These are just a few examples of my dot books over the years. This was an extra one that I made. It's always good to have an extra dot book just in case, you know, if you lose one or if you forget it, you can have this one at school and it has all your drill and everything inside of it. So yeah. These are my two actual ones. Freshman year, sophomore year, I'm going to be a junior, so yeah, I only have two. You can see that I do go a bit crazy with the decorations, but that's just because, you know, you're going to be carrying this with you every day. And if you're wondering why there's a string on it, it's because it's going to go on your body because you have to march with it because it tells you where you need to be and when you need to be. You can see that there are a lot of pages. You can see that it's kind of beat up and that I'm missing some stuff. That's because I use it a lot. This is your lifesaver. If you don't have this, might as well not even show up to practice, to be honest. So yeah. But before you can even move on to getting your drill sheet and writing the drill in here, you have to know how to read a football field. I'm going to teach you the anatomy of a football field. Now, you may be looking at this and be like, whoa, this is super complicated. This does not look like any football field that I've ever seen with all these grids and stuff like that, and these hashes. And that's okay, because guess what? I've made it super easy for you, and I've labeled it all for you. Isn't that just awesome? Okay, now, this is a marching band football field. This is what we look at. This is what we reference to. Now, there's a front, and then there's a back. The front is where the drum majors are and the audience is, and the back is just the back, okay? We have two sides. Can you guess where they are? Side 1 and side 2. Okay, so if you're wondering the difference between side 1 and side 2, see this right here? This is called the 50 because it's the 50-yard line. And on the left of the 50 is side 1. And on the right of the 50 is side 2. All right, let's go over what we just learned. There's a front and there's a back. There's a side 1.
I forgot to mention this, but there's a front side line and a back side line.
Right.
Make sure you know where those are, so just look at the picture.
Alright, moving on to the most trickiest part, I think, for beginners is back hash and front hash. They're really close together. You can see these like little marks, okay? They go all the way across the field, okay? And these are kind of like telling you how far up or how far back you should be in your drill. So when you go on the field, and like I said, you always think about you're looking from the front, like you're an audience member, you're looking from the front. The back hash is obviously closer to the back sideline, which we just learned about. The front hash is obviously closer to the front sideline, which we just learned, okay? So remember, back hash is closer to the back sideline. Front hash is closer to the front sideline. All right? Okay. So you're wondering about these are end zones. We don't really use them that much. We just use them for facing purposes. So if the director says face the end zone, or face side 2 end zone, you'll face this way. And if they say face side 1 end zone, you'll face that way. We don't really use them, so you don't really have to worry too much about those things, but just be aware of them. Okay. Okay, now we're actually moving on to drill sheets and writing the drill that's on your drill sheet into your dot book. So you will basically find your drill sheet online and you will learn your spot online, stuff like that. So I was G22 my freshman year, so this is mine, G22, guard 22. So when you get your drill sheet offline, you'll print it off yourself and everything will be cool. You're going to have this, and it looks kind of like, ooh, it looks gross. I know it looks complicated, but it really isn't. So when you see it, there's set numbers on it. See how it says set, move, count, side 1, side 2, back, front, okay? So basically when you think of set, you think of a pair, like a set of 2, a set of 3, a set of 4, 5, and so on and so on. Well, yeah, it's kind of just like marching band. We have sets. So when you think of set 1, that's a certain spot. That's set 1, set 2, okay? So let's see, set 14, okay? Well, obviously when you get this, you're not going to be able to remember all that like that. So this is when your dot book comes in hand. So when your director says, go find set 14, oh, okay, well, I'll just open up my book, my dot book, that I'll be wearing because I need it. And if I don't, then I probably won't even be at practice. Oh, set 14, this is where I need to be. I have a little picture and everything. Now I'm going to teach you how to get this onto here in a compact and fast way. Now we'll be showing you how to get your drill on into your dot book. Alright, I'm doing it with a marker. You probably should do it with a pencil always, so that way just in case you make a mistake. I'm just doing it so it'll show up on camera better. So let's work on set 14, which is this one right here. Alright, you see how I crossed them out as I went down? Just to help me not get anything mixed up, because that would really suck. Alright, so basically in the top corner of my dot book thing, I'll just do 14. That way I know it's set 14. Alright, moving on, I'm going to go ahead and write my actual spot down. I like to write it in order that this is, that way I don't just, it's easier and I can just read it like that. So it says side 2, I'm just going to write S2, side 2, and then I'm on the 35-yard line in. Okay, and then next I'll do the second part, which is the behind and the front. It says I'm 4 steps behind the back hash. I'll just write 4 behind back hash. Do you see how I didn't have to write the whole thing out? I didn't write a complete Harry Potter book on my page. I just did it simple, and I did it the way that I know how to do it, and that way I can read it. Alright, and I'll kind of box that off. And I'll do a little line right there. Okay. Next, and it says I'll move 28 counts. So I'll just do move, a little M and an equal sign, and 28. Alright, and next I'll draw myself a little picture to help me, so when I first find this I'll be able to be like, oh, this looks just like my drawing that I drew. And you can go on to the Marching Band website and they'll have like special ones that look like this one with actual like formations on there that you can see. So let's see, we're on S2, we just know that's side 2. Alright, little front hash there, little back hash. You can get really detailed with this. You can even cut out the actual photos and glue them on there if you're that extra. But if you just want to draw them like this, you can. So we're obviously on the 35, alright. That means that this would be the 20, 35, 40. I'm sorry, that means this would be the 30, 35, and 40. Alright, I'm 4 behind, so I'm just gonna say, oh, that looks like 4 behind. And I'm directly on the yard line. So that's what I would do. Alright, now that you've written down your drill in your dot book, and you're on the field, and you guys are learning drill now. Alright, so, and the director says, okay, go to set 14. So, I go to my dot book, and I open up to set 14. Alright, I'm on side 2. Remember, side 2 is this way, on the right side of the 50. So I know I'm going to be somewhere over in here. I'm on the 35. Oh, there's the 35. Okay, now I'm behind the back hash. Oh, so here's the back hash, and I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm 4. And I don't go in any steps, and I don't go out any steps, so I'm just right here. Alright? Cool. And so then you would stand there and say set 15. Your dot was right here. Alright, cool. Then they say go back to set 14. We're going to go to set 15 and say it's 12 counts. You're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright? And then we're going to go on to set 16 and say set 16 is right here. And you have 8 counts. You're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright? So now you've almost made a pattern. Do you see? It's kind of like connect the dots. So when your director says, okay, let's run set 14 to set 16, you're going to go from here to here to here. And you're going to do it with the counts that is given to you. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright? And you'll do this until your whole show is done. And I know it might seem really hard to remember all of this stuff, and I know you'll be like, there's no way I can even remember, you know, my name probably by the end of this. You know what I mean? It's a lot, but you'll get used to it. And, you know, if you just memorize and you practice and you practice and you pay attention to what you're doing, everything will work out fine. Trust me. It's gonna be okay. I have done this for 2 years. I have not forgotten where I'm supposed to go once. I never really had any problems as long as I practiced and I knew where I was going and I read my dot book and I did my dots. So yeah. Alright, so I hope I didn't bore you too much on learning these, but these are just so important. You know, if you don't have this, there's really nothing you can do during practice. You have to have this, especially in the beginning. It's so important. I cannot stress this enough. So tips on, if you want to decorate your dot book, you can see that I have a few different kind of like styles here. If you're gonna get a metal like spiral notebook, you can see that it's kind of rusted. It used to look really pretty and shiny, but yeah. And I also lost the back cover because this is cardboard right here. So I recommend covering the entire book, especially if you have a metal spiral with a cardboard covering. That way, if it does rain or sweat or something like that, it's not gonna fall off, because especially a lot of times you'll have your ID card in there, or you'll have like this. You don't want to lose that. So yeah. With this dot book, this one I had to buy by myself. Usually you will get one and you'll get the cardboard one, but I actually went ahead and got my own, and I got a plastic one with a plastic rings and a plastic cover. It's definitely heavier than the metal ones because you can see that there's a lot more pages, and so yeah, it was a little bit heavier, but it didn't break at all. I had no issues with it. Only problem was that it was a little bit too heavy and it had way too many pages. I ended up not even probably using half of them, but you can see that I have all my stuff in here, and it was color coded. And you can see I kind of changed my style from, my freshman year I had it straight up and down, and then sophomore year I had it across. It all just depends on your preference and what you like and stuff like that. So yeah, and I always use a sturdy string. This is just, I actually got this from Michael's. I'm not even sure what it is, but it's a really tough string. This is ribbon. I wouldn't recommend using ribbon because it frays really bad. This is like plastic string that you used to make like those things as a kid, if you know what I'm talking about. This is great, but it comes untied really easily, and it's really thin, so it's not the best usually. So I recommend shoelaces or something like this, where it's made to be tied, made to be worn, kind of thing like that. So yeah, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let me know. And so yeah, I hope you have a successful marching band season this year.